intro video thing. But yeah, that'll be fine for live. All right, let's just go ahead and knock these out. I would go with Kraft over Pitts. And for Gravity Woo, we have CJ Stroud, Achon, Kamara, Jefferson, Neighbors, Bowers, Kirk.
Strong.
It's strong. I like the team. I don't think Neighbors plays this week.
Trade away Brock Bowers.
Nah, I'd keep Brock. Better days ahead.
But even if you have Laporta?
I mean, if you have Laporta, it's great, but like Devontae Adams isn't going to be there now.
Yeah.
So it's like it could just be the him show, whereas it's like J-Mo's breaking out. Laporta is genuinely a question mark.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely an idea. You can definitely trade off. You theoretically need to move off of Kamara if you can. But you have Brooks coming along, so he's a nice replacement down the line. I like the squad overall.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm assuming that's Nico. BTJ, let's see here. Achon, Kyron, Bird, Moore. Yeah, another strong squad here. I imagine the quarterback's good. Like, nothing to really be said about this squad as well. Like, when you have strong teams, you have strong teams. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Do you start Josh Jacobs for target Josh Jacobs for either Ingram / Kraft and Bucky Irving? Yeah, I mean, this is a strong squad for this week, man. I'd be happy with this team. I wouldn't be mad at all. I mean, would you guys do this trade?
Josh Jacobs for either Ingram, Kraft, Ingram or Kraft with Bucky Irving. Yeah, I like that.
Definitely. I don't know if they will do it, but yeah.
All right, I'd go with Whittington over Judy.
I would keep Bucky on the bench this week, though, to address that other comment.
Yeah, I'd go with Kincaid over Kraft. And then let's see here. No, 12-man people are wanting to trade Lamar to upgrade skill positions. Yeah, I think that's fine here. You do have Bucky slowly taking over the backfield, but I don't mind downgrading. It's not like a necessity, but it's definitely not a bad idea in terms of how to do it. Like, you do need to kind of move off of Kareem Hunt because it's just like, I doubt that he's going to be this amazing running back. But you never know. You never know. I'd rather... I just don't think Pacheco is going to be helpful. I think Estime is going to be more interesting down the line, just because I don't think Pacheco is going to be playing till the actual playoffs if he does.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. Tight end wise, I don't know who's available on your waiver, but Greg Dulcich, unfortunately, isn't looking like he's going to be the best tight end in the world. But yeah, you can tear down from Lamar Jackson to get off Kareem Hunt. But that's really about it. All right. 8-man PPR. Explosive TDs. Okay. Is there any moves I can make, or should I just try and hold? Well, I would like to know what extra, like, explosive TDs means. But I'm assuming you just score more points for touchdowns. I mean, you can't really do not start your lineup any other way this week. Like, this is probably the best it'll be. I like it a lot. I honestly like Anthony Richardson a lot this week. if he gets the start, if he plays, because I think he's just going to run like a madman. Because I think the narratives are getting to his head, so that'll be interesting to see. But I like the squad. It's really good. Welcome to Krispy Kreme, man. Like, that's all I got for you. Let's see here. In flight, start, sit. Alan Lamb. Yeah, another strong squad. Just a team that, like, as I think the season progresses, like, these aren't the running backs we're looking for. You know what I mean? Like, they're good for right now, but later on, you're going to be like, I wish I made a move earlier. And I think these are prime candidates. Like, look at this past weekend. They went ahead and gave Taysom Hill 2 goal line carries. That could have been working more. Had he not gotten injured, like, I do think he'd have gotten more usage. Like,
Your mic's cutting in and out.
Classic, which makes Kendre Miller very interesting. So it's like, I think Kamara's fun for right now, but I think it's a little inflated. Derrick Henry, as long as they have a positive game script, man, like, he's awesome. But that is the question. Otherwise, you probably want Julian Hill. So we will see how that plays. Would you drop Kraft or Singletary for Clyde?
No.
But yeah, this is really strong squad, man. Especially at the receiver positions. Like, you can realistically trade out of these receivers, which you don't really need to, just because, like, they're all super elite. But you technically can, and get better running backs. And I would start them over Etienne as well. I would do either, preferably Deontay. Let's see here. Rocky, 12-team PPR. Should you keep Steele or drop him for wide receiver? Yeah, I think getting rid of Steele is fine. He lost his job. I'm curious who else is available on the waiver wire. It's just like the thing about the J.K. Dobbins thing that sucks is like he's extremely game script dependent. Yeah, you can tier down. I just don't really like having to fully rely on just Jets running back points. I don't think that's ideal. You need to be fixing your running back room more than anything here. I don't mind tearing down from Jaden Daniels, but I mean, he's just been nothing but elite. But that's always an option because quarterback points are more replaceable more than anything. But that's just how I would be going about that. I'm fine with the receivers, but your running back situation needs to be figured out. And I think that takes priority. Alrighty. Why Panda T? No one wants to pay for Daniels. Yeah, but you never know. It's all I can really offer, man.
This week will be a big week for people with trusting Jaden Daniels too. It's the first like real defense they've played. If he plays well, I feel like people will start to buy in and trust him more going forward. But
because you don't want to lose Brees, you don't want to lose Bowers, you don't want to lose Reed, you don't want to lose Odunze, you don't want to you can sell Diggs, like, I guess, if you really want to. Just like Jordan Whittington, I don't think the time's really going to be that long for him. Jalen Waddle, you should be buying low on in theory.
Miguel, do not trade away Worthy and Singletary from London.
Let's see here. Offer multiple RB for Brees. Yeah, I just don't think that's worth it either. But we'll see how it progresses. All right. Why? James Cook, Jordan Mason, Tucker Craft. Scary Terry. Yeah, strong, fun squad, man. Welcome, Krispy Kreme.
Wait, it might just be a start sit. Does it say that? Yeah. Sorry, I'm adding.
You're all good. Let's see. I think Godwin, like, I always try to see, like, where could the market potentially be overinflated and stuff. And I haven't seen a lot of weird spots. But, like, I think Godwin's one of, like, the best starts of the day. I don't think it's really close. I'm curious if it will be low scoring. I'm not confident that it will be. I'd be taking shots on Madison just because that game is supposed to be terrible, if I remember correctly. So maybe he gets run because Zamir's look terrible. Jaleel, I'd love to give a chance, but he doesn't really exist. Let's see here. But yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about Sterling Shepard later. Scooney, 12-team redraft. Half PPR, no tight end / 2 flex. What? Okay. But you have 2 tight ends, so I'm guessing that means you have 2 tight ends and no flex, probably. All right. Achon, Hill, Jennings, Deontay, McBride. You need to get rid of Jennings, man. That is not the play. Whittington is ideal if you can get him off of waivers. Let's see here. BTJ or Wicks. I'm going to be leaning towards Wicks. I love both of them this week, man. I like Connor more than Swift.
Yeah, it's a tough start. I feel like it's got to be Wicks, though.
If there's no dubs, then like Wicks becomes a really, really, really fun play. Yeah, I mean, this is a strong squad. You need to fix your wide receiver 2 here and that of Juwan Jennings. You can technically tear down with Jackson if you want. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would go buy Jalen Waddle for pennies on the dollar right now because nobody likes the Dolphins at all. And it sounds like Tua's coming back symptom-free, supposedly, in like week 8. So if that is the case, then all Dolphins are at a discount right now. So we will see how he does when he comes back. I don't know how much I believe that, but it's definitely enticing at least.
It's better than bad news.
Yeah. So I would do that for this squad. Technically can do it for Tyreek, preferably. I don't think you need Juwan Jennings is the main point here. I tried to get Whittington. He should have a good game here. Nice cheap piece for that game stack. Or if you want to be a real sicko, go get Sterling Shepard for a chance at 5 fantasy points. All right. Professor X, Stray, Jordan Mason, Jameson Williams for St. Brown and Alexander Madison. What do you guys make of the trade? How to respond?
I would probably hold.
That's my thought. It's just like the Madison side of it's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, you do kind of have a lot of running backs, and Amon-Ra could help get Kirk out of your lineup a little bit, but like it's not like your flexes aren't amazing, and like JMO's one of. I mean, like they wouldn't be.
JMO just spikes is kind of the problem.
Like if you traded away Mason and JMO, it loses one of your flex options, and obviously you could plug St. Brown into your lineup for Kirk, but then I don't know who your second flex would be because I can't. I guess Bucky, like, which isn't a bad spot to be in, but yeah. I mean, you could probably start Bucky this week, I guess, but I mean, this trade isn't terrible. It just the McCaffrey news is getting worse and worse. Like,
yeah,
you have a top 5 running back as long as he's playing, so I wouldn't overthink that too much.
Yeah, the team's just a little thin, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd do that because Madison's just not adding any value. Mason and Jameson have real future value you can get more out of. Whereas Amanda's great, but it's really a 2-for-1 is what that guy's offering you. All right, let's see here. Last team. Everett, 10-man PPR. You're 1 through 3. You're 1 and 3, 9th place. I'm wondering if you need to start making some moves. All righty. I mean, you've got good players on bye this week, so that kind of sucks.
Would you start Kareem Hunt over Rashad?
Yeah, I feel like I would. I don't really want to be taking a chance on Rashad tonight because the projections like Bucky more. You're either completely wrong on Bucky tonight, and he's just more split than we're expecting, or just like still Rashad's fine. This is your team with Dak and Brian. There's someone for your league with Bijan, Aaron Jones, and James Cook. Should you target any? I mean, I like getting Bijan for cheap right now. Like, nobody is super high on him, realistically, because he hasn't been doing the same level of production, and I think you can get him for cheap. But I don't know what I would be willing to give up with this squad. Because Brian Thomas, I want for the future. I want Jaden Reed for the future. I think there's better days ahead for DJ Moore. Kincaid is real sleek, a very strong tight end option. I don't want to give up Gibbs. I don't want to give up Brown. And I love Brian Robinson. I do think that DeAndre Swift is somebody I'm willing to part with, but I just don't see a world where I'm giving up DeAndre Swift and something else that this guy wants for Bijan Robinson. But what are your guys' recommendations on to potentially trade for Bijan with this team?
I actually just traded Bijan yesterday in one of my leagues. I'm still super high on him. I think he's a good player to add, but I just took advantage of a spot where a guy was 0-4 and had some Lions on bye week that I could afford to take a loss potentially by bringing them in. So I traded Bijan yesterday for Amon-Ra and Brian Robinson, which I was pretty happy with that return for him. But I think he's in line for a big week this week potentially. The Bucs have Kalijah Kancey out of the lineup tonight, who's big in the run game. And then also I just think in general, like he's going to be scoring more touchdowns than he has. Like he's due for a pop week. So I think now is the time to buy if you're still high on Bijan for sure.
Great. All right. I would go with Bucky and Hubbard's side over Chubb and Ray Christian. But that seems to be about it for the teams for today. Correct?
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we'll be back tomorrow chatting to you guys through some more teams, reviewing Thursday Night Football. I'll be on ahead of tonight's game, chat you guys through some of my favorite starts and sits, why I like Sterling Shepard specifically. And yeah, until next time, appreciate you. Have a great day. And yeah, peace, y'all.
Peace.
Yes, I'd start Cream over Rashad.